What's up, and welcome to another One Piece chapter review from me, Super Nolan Man, and the Hyrule King, Bo Mitchell. Today we are talking about chapter 1158, Rocks versus Herald. And the
Yeah.
summary for this episode is as follows. This chapter begins with the announcement that Gecko Moria shall henceforth be portrayed by Bruce Willis from The Sixth Sense. Roger is down bad after learning Rayleigh got a love coupon from Shocky, while Rox has moved on from Shocky and may be pregnant. Roger pirates arrive to witness Shocky audition for a telenovela. The unrequited bromance between Rox and Harold is over after Harold decides the best way to show giants are not killers is by trying to kill Rox, and Loki drowns his sorrows in juice. The soap opera of a chapter ends with Baby Shanks and Baby Shamrock added to the Mario Kart roster. Now, Bo.
Hey, Mark is back. Had to say it.
That's great. Bo, give me your top level thoughts on this chapter here. What are you thinking?
Oh man, it is such a great chapter. There is a lot of great back and forth between Rox and Roger. Seeing just like kind of more of the dynamics of his crew is also really fun.
Mhm.
And got this whole I don't even know what you'd call it. It's like gang of men that Shaky has in her clutches.
Oh, right.
Oh man, yeah, some pretty funny scenes there. She's just like raking him over the coals, basically, with all of her nonsense, with how bad
It's
she's
so
serving.
good to see.
It's so funny.
The
Oh, man.
line I absolutely loved out of that was oh snap. Oh, it was the the guy's asking for
I've never
whiskey.
loved bad service more in my life, or whatever.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
That was
we're
a good one.
It's like, get this guy a whiskey. We're all out of whiskey. Get him the cheap stuff. All right, here's
Yeah,
your
the
high
cheap
end
rum,
whiskey.
yeah.
And he's like just like saying it right in front of his face. I absolutely love it. Shocky's been fantastic, and let me say Shocky's bar, like the fact that we're seeing all these people in one place, like I mean, if this happened in the current storyline, you know how absolutely wild that would be to have it,
Yeah.
where you would have Shocky, Roger, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Rocks all in one place. Like, are you kidding me?
She is crazy, Paul.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is absolutely wild and feels like is the point that they're really trying to drive home this chapter. Well, these last couple chapters here. Well, myself, I'm gonna give this. I would give this one. I've gone back and forth on it because if I'm rating this out of 5 stars, some of the interactions here are peak One Piece.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
this is very.
I don't think it's a top chapter for me.
Yeah, so originally I was sitting on like a 3.5 stars out of this one, but you know what? I think I'm gonna go 4 stars on this one. I'm gonna give this one 4 stars out of 5 because again, top tier character interactions, like the more slice of life end of One Piece is always some of my favorite. And even though we're not quite getting that out of this, like there's just the getting to see the big players all interacting in their peaks is
Yep.
super special, and we're getting the best back and forth between them.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar boat where like this is good enough. I feel like it should be a 4.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard for me to give it anything higher than that or anything lower because it's like okay, there's some fights here, but they're not like oh my word kind of fights.
Right.
There's not like crazy revelations in this chapter unless you somehow didn't catch that Shakes has a twin brother, but
Right.
like that was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I guess that cliffhanger, now that you say it, makes a little more sense because to me it seemed like we were all as a community on board with accepting his fact that Shanks and Shamrock had to be twins because they look exactly the same.
Oh, yeah.
Like I guess I'm sure there's somebody out there who was probably had a clone theory or something like that, but it seemed that
that's
they would
crazy.
yeah, clones in One Piece.
Yeah, when is that ever gonna happen? Huh?
Yeah. No, but But yeah, that's a good point. So I guess that does, you know, that does make that ending make a little more sense, because I guess this is the first official reveal that they are twins. We had a pretty good
Yeah,
idea before,
that's true.
but now we know for
Yeah.
sure. But I mean, it was already headcanon for the majority of the fan base here. And yeah, I'm with you. I now, as much as I mean, it's a shonen. People are here
Yeah.
for the action. I feel like you don't
Yeah.
really read One Piece for the action. I've never thought that One Piece has the greatest fight scenes, but it's because I just
Yeah.
prefer different things out of fight scenes. Uh,
It's got like fight reveals, kind of, in a manner
yeah,
of speaking.
I gotcha.
But yeah, the overall story is definitely what I tuned in for as well.
I'm with you. And there was, seeing the, the power of Rox and Harold when they were also clearly holding back. Still absolutely devastating power. Um, anyways, let's talk about this. Gecko Moria turned out to be the hero of Wano, who was killed by Kaido. First of all, why is there a grave for Gecko Moria if Gecko Moria made it out of there?
Who knows, man? But easily, like, one of the weirder parts of the Wano story, just in general, has been that whole Moria thing.
And how did
And
this?
yeah,
And it's a cover story, no less. Like, this has been, let me be real. This has been my least favorite cover story, I think, maybe ever.
it's so dragged out.
I would take Beiji over this 100 times out of 100. But all of a
That's true.
sudden, this Gecko Moria reveal, Kozuki Moria, I'll add. Now I've heard that the kanji for this plays a little bit of a role, that there's kind of a double entendre sort of thing with Kozuki and Moria, that they're basically the
Interchangeable.
they're kind of like
Kind of.
homophones.
Oh, there you go. That's the
Yeah.
right word.
Yeah, which hey, cool. We don't get that as the English readers, and until we get a
Nope.
translator that actually cares to explain those things, I would love just like does it take, is it really that bad to add one more page at the end of the chapter just for the editor notes?
That would
Just so
help,
we
yeah.
can have that stuff
Some
officially.
manga does that,
I
but
know. I wish One
yeah.
Piece would. But
they never do.
yeah. Well, any thoughts on how this could have happened? Because I have no idea.
No idea either.
I,
To be
what,
frank.
my just tinfoil hat theory is like, man, what if Gecko Mori himself is already a shadow? Like, he had the shadow fruit, and then
You see that,
he
like,
actually, like,
having that as part of the power of the fruit or something like that.
right. So here's the thing: if he's a Kozuki, why does he look nothing like the Kozukis? So what if he cast his shadow into something else?
Possibility, yeah.
And
That-
that thing
that
just
would be
happened to be a really
very-
fat bat.
Yeah,
Because I don't know
I
how
could
else
see him
you...
being a Kazuki, because like that would explain how he got access to Zoro's ancestor.
Right? Yeah.
Come on, brain.
Ryuma.
Can't remember his name. Ryuma, thank you. Yeah,
Absolutely. So that's my tinfoil hat theory, is that he actually, upon his deathbed, cast his shadow into something else, and that's how he got this really weird body. And to hide himself
possible.
went by Gecko Moria. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. This lizard bat
He
guy.
has so much weird mystery about him.
Yeah.
I hope that we hear more about it soon. I'm sure we will. Like, even if it's just cover story stuff, but
Well, we never did find out what happened with him at Hachinosu.
Yeah, we didn't.
So we're bound to find out sooner or later. But I'm very curious to hear more about him. Gecko Moria, I hated him on Thriller Bark, but I mean he was goofy. It was kind of nice.
he was fine.
I remember watching Marineford, and I thought the implication was that
He
Moria
was
was
so
dead,
unpleasant.
and I remember being like, "Well, good. I'm sick of this dude." But now
Yeah.
he's slowly becoming very. There's still a lot of mystery around him that I did not give credit for at that time, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Now, my question for you:
Yep.
has the 3 minutes gag kind of run its course here? I mean, first, what are your thoughts on? Do you think that this is silly? Do you think that this is bad writing, or do you think that the fan base is just kind of being silly about this?
I think the fan base is just being kind of silly about it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those One Piece isms where it's like, okay, it's clearly not taking 3 minutes, but like,
Well,
it's funny. I
yeah.
don't know.
So my read of this is that we aren't getting this story from Loki's perspective, because we're getting a bunch of things that Loki
no.
could not have possibly known. We're getting this from the narrator's perspective. I think that's what a lot of the fans are forgetting here. Like this, I
That's true.
guarantee that this story is still happening with it being told within 3 minutes canonically.
Yeah, he could be like
But
summarizing some of this,
yeah,
the Luffy.
yeah, but like, I mean, you think Luffy's gonna know anything about, Shocky and Rayleigh? Not a
No.
chance. But although I still can't believe the come and get me the coupon, and then Rayleigh's like, I don't know what it means, Roger. What
mean
could
you're
she
not
be
tempted at
getting
all?
at? Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
put
that's
your
my
name in the goblet of fire?
oh, that's my favorite part about this. And you're not tempted by this at all? I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that. I just don't want to be tied down. Well, I do.
Well, I do. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
But
Great interactions there.
yep, yep. And I love seeing that they're bringing this up. Say, like, every time they bring this up, they're talking about. They're still continuing to talk about her as the prize, or as like the thing to be
Yeah.
pillaged.
Basically
Uh,
a treasure. Yeah, to be
yeah,
pillaged.
yeah. So I think that there's
Kind
still,
of some dark undertones there if you think about it.
well, perhaps we won't think about it too hard. But I think
Yep.
it's I some people with this chapter, at least that I was seeing just people's quick thoughts on it, where some people felt like that what happened in this chapter, especially with Rock seemingly not being as interested in Shocky, felt like that this deconfirmed her as being the treasure that everybody was after at God Valley. But I think there's still very high stock in that theory.
It could go down that way, yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which character do you think had the biggest stock change this week?
Oh man. There's some like funny pics I had.
Mhm.
I thought it was super like I'm not actually gonna say the word, but BA of Whitebeard to just like get up and be like, I'm done with this nonsense and just go outside.
Mm.
I thought that was a super chill guy move.
And then Roger who got there while Whitebeard was there, watched Whitebeard go out the door,
He was
and
actually
then
kind of
later
intimidating for once. That was actually cool to see.
a Whitebeard or Roger.
Yeah, when he has that stare down with rocks, that was like, dang, he's like pretty serious.
Mhm.
Like we haven't seen that side of Roger very often,
Yeah,
So
which I'll be coming back to that in a second here, but yeah, uh, so Whitebeard as the biggest stock increase.
sure, that's a joke.
Fair enough. Yeah, I go back and forth on this one. I find the stuff with Harold to be really
He's
interesting
really interesting as a
and
character. Yeah,
complicated in the correct way. Because I
yeah.
think
I don't
that,
know how I would act in his position. Like
yeah,
that's tough.
because here's the thing: Harold is certainly not correct, but that's easy for us to say outside looking in. But I think
Yeah.
he's also very inconsistent within himself, and
Mhm.
to me that shows somebody who's trying to go against their nature, um
Yeah.
which I think is a very you know for the kind of themes that are
That's
in
the thing
One
to do.
Piece, especially with all these different Joy Boy figures, and all the people with the D initial, who are although I don't know if we know if Harold is a D.
I don't think he is.
Okay. But
I
all
don't,
these,
unless they said that earlier. I don't remember them saying it.
yeah. But anyways, you have all the Joy Boy like figures, and who can be the most free, and Harold going so hard against his nature seems to kind of disqualify him for that. But it's always interesting to see these Joy Boy like figures come up and then see why they don't work out, but Luffy does, or ultimately
Yeah,
will, apparently.
I think I mean that's one thing that a lot of people miss with One Piece is it's basically a whole story showing how like these other people don't fit the bill, but Luffy's the perfect fit.
Exactly, yeah. And people are like,
Yeah,
"Oh, plot armor, blah blah blah." It's like, but we're not going to show the we're not going to have a story about the loser,
it's all about
you
that
know?
mentality. Yeah,
Like obviously we're gonna have the story focus around the guy who did. This is his story. We're not going to tell the story
yeah.
of the guy who did not. But anyways, just rapid fire. Do we think we see Rocks again after this flashback in a significant way, or is this
Oh,
the
definitely.
Rocks flashback? You think so?
I think there's more because I think Oda knows how much we want to see rocks, and he's giving us like as much rocks as we could possibly handle.
Well, here's the thing.
Um.
So let me rephrase, because obviously we're gonna have God
Oh
Valley
yeah.
next week. We're gonna see more of Rocks. But when this flashback is all said and done, do you think that we see Rocks in a significant way again, or do you think it's all gonna be in this flashback?
Oh. We might see like one more time. I could see it being like one more, especially if like we need a scene where Blackbeard gives like motivation of like him with his dad or something.
Yeah,
But it's
could
hard to
be.
say. He could go a couple different ways with that.
That's how I'm feeling
So
about it here. Um, I yeah, I think that this is not necessarily the last we see of him, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as in depth as we're getting. Like this is basically the Rocks flashback for us. The lurking
for
legend
sure.
finally revealed. um,
He's
and
pretty cool. I really like Rocks actually.
I I
He's been pretty fun.
I like him too. I think we all had a very certain type of expectation for him, and I don't
Yeah.
think he
He's
matches
a
those
big goofball,
expectations in a lot of
which I
ways.
love. Yeah.
But it's so One Piece and it's so Oda. Um,
Yeah.
well, let's look forward. What are your predictions for God Valley next week?
Oh boy. Well, we're definitely gonna see what the treasure is either this week or next week. I think for
So
sure.
so let's talk that
But
real quick. Since you brought it
yeah,
up, what do you? There's two things with this. So what is the treasure, and also is that something
I
different
have
from
no
the
idea.
big discovery of God Valley?
Man, I've been like racking my brain what the treasure is. I could see it being shaky if like the tough part is like why would she go from where she is right now? That's the tough part is like how does she get from where she is right now to God Valley
Well, I
to beat the
think
treasure that they're fighting over?
I can't take credit for this. I've seen this all over the place, but what I've seen a lot of people say is that Shaki is uniting the major pirate figures in a way that they don't want to
Oh,
that they
I
don't want
see.
happening. I mean, in kind of a Joy Boy like fashion herself. But I mean,
That's true.
they're always trying to find a way to keep Yonko from teaming up. So if they can do anything to keep them from getting together, so I think they may just go in while everybody's out at sea and just take Shocky. Um, that's where I think it's going to go. Somehow they're going to get their hands on her. I feel like this is being too set up that way for that to not be involved. But here's the thing: she's also the most beautiful woman on
Yeah.
in the verse, basically, canonically.
So
So
far, yeah.
I wouldn't put it past it to be like, hey, celestial dragons, whoever wants to be a part of this hunt, whoever wins gets Shocky.
Yeah. That could
Would be
definitely be the prize.
Yeah, we've seen how they are with their I mean human trafficking and
Yeah.
things like that.
One thing I did think is that it could be this might be crazy, but we've heard Rox talk about his like especially powerful devil fruits.
Hmm.
It could be the one that Blackbeard has, the very
Yeah,
first
very
one he got.
possible. Absolutely.
Yeah, because that would like really tie it in together. I can see that.
Yeah, could be.
That might be the safe pick.
Yeah,
I don't know.
could be. I remember when so the way that fruit gets introduced is Whitebeard's crew comes across it, and someone else on I think it was Thatch, on that crew finds it
Yeah.
and is going to eat it, and then Blackbird kills him and goes off with it.
Yeah, and
So
Blackbeard had some like crazy information.
yeah,
like, yeah, possibly passed down information.
Could
Like,
be. Yeah.
yeah, pretty crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
So let's put the treasure aside. What do you think could be the actual discovery that Garling is talking about here? He says he has but what does he say? He says it's preposterous or something like that. And he's like, let's just say that the Great One will be pleased. You have any thoughts?
Yeah, it has to be something that the Great One would love.
Right.
Emu. I don't know. It's tough because like it could be a couple different. Like she likes anything powerful,
Mm-hmm.
so it could be like an ancient weapon. It could be. Man, I don't know. I don't think the discovery would be a devil fruit because like I feel like she knows about all the devil fruits.
I think so too. So just to toss out a couple things I've seen, Mother Flame, although I'm pretty sure that it was explained that the Mother Flame came from I was gonna say Punk Hazard, that's not right. Egghead Island, I thought is where the Mother Flame was discovered.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
That's where I thought they discovered it too.
Yeah. So that wouldn't quite make sense. Uranus is another one that I've seen tossed around. Doesn't quite seem right. One of the things is the treasure of Mary Joie, which apparently, at least the way that it was set up at that time, when Doflamingo was talking about the hidden treasure of Mary Joie, the next thing that shows up is the giant straw hat.
Yeah, that's true.
So this could be the resting place
That
of
would
Joy
be
Boy, perhaps
improbable.
something like that.
Yeah,
yeah. That to me would be like cool. That fits the preposterous. But
I like that.
I think my going theory right now, because it was also mentioned in this chapter, is I think that the mother of Shanks and Shamrock must be significant in the way that they did not show her face in this.
Yeah.
But also, they made such a big deal about her red hair.
Yeah, which is weird because like I always thought like, oh, they probably just got it from Garlic.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he put specific mention of that.
Yeah, so the red hair
weird.
must be significant in some way, and then hence why Shanks goes by red-haired Shanks, perhaps. But also, we know that Shanks is on multiple occasions has been referred to as the child of prophecy or the child of fortune. So I wonder if Garling like knew of this woman or her lineage or something like that, and somehow is a missing
specifically
link.
Hunter.
So was that
Hunter specifically like hunted her down to reproduce?
basically probably?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So I could see that being. There's so many things there's so many different ways this could go. If I have to like put my claim on what I think it's going to be, I think there's something significant about that woman and the red hair.
There must be
wherever the red hair comes from. But
hopefully revealed next week.
Right. Indeed. But that will have to wait for next week. For now, tell us in the comments below what you think about tell us what you think about the treasure of God Valley or whatever Garling's big secret is. But that's going to do it for this chapter. Remember, if you like these reviews, you've got to click like, share with your Discord, and subscribe if you want to see more. We also talk a lot about video games, so click on our channel if you want to check that out. And for the rest of you, you can have a great week.